What's up, guys? Shay Stevens here, PDGA number 77522, and today we're taking a look at the newest release of Fission Photons from MVP. Let's get to it. So if you've been following me, you know I'm a Fission fanatic. Fission is my favorite blend of plastic from MVP. If I could, I would throw every disc in Fission Plastic. So like when Steve made that teaser about fission reactors, it got me super excited. I can't wait to give that a shot. The Fission Photon was the first disc from MVP I ever threw. I was warming up for a tournament and I was throwing wraiths and ballistas at the time. And the guy next to me goes, "Hey man, give this a shot." And he threw me a Fission Photon, and that thing went like 25 feet past my disc. So I'd go on to win that tournament, and I took my winnings right over to the vendor, and I bought two Fission Photons from him, and thus began my conversion to MVP. The only problem, unfortunately, was that blend of plastic, that source material for the original Fission, was very scarce. So other Fission fanatics can attest, releases of Fission were few and far between. And on top of that, when MVP was actually able to get the material, it was really costly. So, selling the discs at a decent price point became impossible. They had to make the decision to switch the formula to find a new source material that was, more accessible and not as expensive. And over the past couple of years, there's been some hits and misses. There's been some rock hard stuff. They've been tinkering, just trying to get back to something close to the original formula. So when I saw this new release of Fission come out and people saying, "Hey, this is a good shot. We're really close to what we had before," I had to give it a look. So what I did was I got myself a new Fission Photon, and I took some stuff from my collection here just to kind of give it a test side by side to see how close is this stuff to the old blends of Fission. So starting off, I have the Max Planck Special Edition Fission Photon. This, I feel, was the closest release of new Fission to the old formula. This stuff is nice and gummy, really good grip to it. I've only thrown this in the field prior to today's test, and after throwing it again, this might be in my bag after this video. I kind of fell in love with it. It was really, really just bombing for me. So we'll see. This guy might be making appearances in future videos. You'll see. Next comparison, I have a second run Fission Photon. So the second run was characterized by slightly slicker plastic, pretty clean, but really gummy. You can really sink your hand into it. Really flexy. It's still got a good heartbeat though. Yeah. Yeah, so it's got a little bit of a heartbeat to it. These guys were known to be a little more understable though because of a lower wing and the dome. So you could really hyzer flip crank on these guys. They did end up kind of beating into like rollers though, so shelf life wasn't as great on these. Or should I say bag life? Then I dusted off one of the holy grails, the first run Fission Photon. So these guys were characterized by being a little more tackier, not as gummy, but definitely you can still get a good grip on it. Very flat top, so it worked great for forehand and backhand. But these did not give up their stability that easily. You could really beat these into something special. And the one I had for 4 years, I could really lay into it, and it wouldn't completely turn and burn. It would always be fighting back a little bit. So like eventually, at the end of its life, it was still pulling off ridiculous anhyzers, but not cut rolling out. So again, these were also hyzer flippers' dreams. These are highly sought after. This is kind of the standard. This is what everyone is wanting MVP to get back to in terms of feel. So this is what I wanted to look and see how close is the new disc or the new Fission to this blend. Lastly, this is what we're working with today, guys. An Elaine King signature Photon, and just off of feels really nice. A little slick, not quite as tacky as the first run, but still it's not bad. A little more gummy too. So this is kind of like it's almost like an in between of the second run and the first run. Feels really good, really bendy, fits in my hand nice. So when to head out to the field, give these guys a rip, and let's take a look and see how they fly. Starting off, we have the Max Planck Special Edition Fission Photon. As I said before, I think this is the best run of Fission since they had to change the formula. Good grip to it. You'll see here on the flight. Slight turn, and it just rides that slight turnover before finishing out. Gives you great distance and a really nice kind of tight S shot. Really like it. Gonna try and put a little more power, a little more air under this one.
And yeah, I love that drift. It's just a bomber. Moving on to the second run Fission Photons. This is the Domi one. You can see, guys, this disc likes to drift over to the right. It does get checked down by the tail one a little bit, so I'm going to try and put a little more mustard on this one. A characteristic of the second run Fission Photons, though, was it was prone to turning. So as you can see here, I put a little speed on it and ended up scoring a goal. Great hyzer flip disc, though. Moving on to the first run Fission Photon. I love these discs. They're not as prone to turning over, and they hold on to their stability really well. So these are discs you could really beat into something. They don't have as much glide, though, because they are a little more flat top. Or they are flat top. But you can see here I can put a lot of speed on it. Doesn't want to flip over too much, but still gets good distance, good push. And finally, the EK Signature Fission Photon, the new release. I am really throwing these hard, guys, because they are overstable. Which, actually, I feel really good about, because the problem with Fission Photons is eventually they beat into such roller flippy discs. They kind of become, unusable almost. So having that grip, having that feel with extra stability on top feels really good. Feels like I'm going to get a long bag life out of this disc.
And guys, bringing it back, I am very excited for this new blend of Fission Photon. Brad, Chad, nice work, gentlemen. Again, in terms of feel, very gummy. Not quite as tacky as the old stuff. If anything, you want to make me happy, a little tackier. But the stability on this thing is what makes me really excited, because really the one downside to the old Fission Photon was it eventually beat so badly it became unusable. That first Fission Photon I ever had, it's my roller disc. And you only need one of them, and I have about 5 other ones sitting on my rack right now to replace it when the time comes. But you only need one roller disc in your bag, so eventually it does lose its bag life. This thing has so much stability off the start. It's going to be in here for a while. It's starting right next to my face, basically, as an overstable driver. And then I'm curious to see it's going to beat into an absolute bomber. And I don't know where the tail is going to be, but I think it's going to stay in my bag, basically, until I lose it. It's going to take a lot of effort out of me to beat this thing to not be usable anymore. And I think that's, way beyond what you usually expect for a driver. So I'm very excited for this. Again, hats off MVP. I'm very happy with this. I need to snag a few more now just to make sure I have some to start working in. Yeah, guys, so that's been my little update on the Fission formula from MVP. Again, I'm excited to see more discs come out, especially in this stuff. It's this is getting back to base. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. I'll do my best to answer them. Take care.
Thank you for watching this update on MVP's Fission Photon. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this and other disc golf content. Lastly, thank you to my sponsor. For all your disc golf needs, including a Fission Photon, check out Basket Bashers Disc Golf. Oh, no way! No way!
Yeah, so this past weekend, James Conrad did a thing. If you watched live, guys, you can't beat that experience. It was an amazing shot to see. Amazing finish. The MVP fan page was going wild. It was awesome. So congratulations to James. And as a result, you guys may have noticed the run of Firm Electron Envy that James used to throw in is going for insane amounts of money now. So to offset that, I'm giving one away. I got this one here, 168 gram. I apparently paid $12 for it, so please don't pay $100. Still a good disc, but 10 times the value, not cool. So yeah, really great disc, firm, grippy, electron plastic. If you want to win this, just down below in the comments, tell me, what do you think the name of that shot should be? I'm seeing the Holy Shot. My personal favorite is the Miracle at the Fort. The most creative one I saw was the Hairway Ace. So yeah, just down below, tell me what you think the name of the shot should be, and that'll get you in the running. Take submissions up until 8 o'clock on next Monday, July 5th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll cut it off there. We'll do a drawing, and we'll see who's going to win this Firm Electron Envy. So good luck, guys.